This explainer video is brought to you by the AI Basics and Beyond Facebook group and produced by InnovaHub.ca.
Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're doing something totally different. We aren't looking at some polished, completely finished system. Nope, we are stepping right into the workshop. We're going to dive into a really fascinating product development journey, following an idea from its absolute raw beginnings all the way to becoming a fully functional AI app called GutenPrompt. So let's dive right in and see exactly what's being built, why it actually matters to you, and how you can literally be a part of its creation. Okay, we've all heard the classic proverb, right? Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. But how in the world does fishing relate to artificial intelligence? Well, it actually perfectly frames the fundamental problem with how most of us interact with AI tools today. Right now, when it comes to getting really good answers out of AI, most of us are just being handed fish. We're completely relying on others to do the catching for us. I mean, are you tired of generic, static prompt packs? You totally know the ones I'm talking about. You download a PDF of 500 ultimate prompts, and it just sits there collecting digital dust on your hard drive. They're everywhere, but you ever feel kind of limited by those ready-made prompts? Sure, they give you something quick to copy and paste, but they completely fail to explain why they work. They don't tell you why a prompt falls flat or how to adapt it when your specific situation doesn't exactly match the template. You're basically just left guessing. So, there's a massive difference between that status quo and what we're looking at today. On one side, those standard prompt packs are just a quick fix. They're the pre-caught fish. But on the other side, we have GutenPrompt. The whole philosophy here is twofold. First, it wants to help you build a much better prompt today for whatever task you're tackling. But more importantly, it wants to teach you how to think clearly about prompts over time. It is literally designed to teach you how to fish in the vast ocean of AI. All right, Section 1. Meet GutenPrompt. At its core, GutenPrompt is an app built as a Chrome browser extension. That means it lives right where you already work. You don't have to remember to open some separate, clunky application. Its main job is to help you take a rough, basic starting prompt, those quick, messy sentences we usually just throw into a chat box, and turn it into something significantly clearer, more complete, and highly useful. And here's the absolute game changer. It's not locked to just one AI platform. Because it lives right in your browser, you refine your question and then just copy and paste that optimized masterpiece into whichever AI you personally prefer. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, you name it. Moving on to Section 2, how it actually works. The workflow here is brilliantly simple. Step 1, you just type a basic prompt, something super simple like, what is the best camera? In Step 2, you tell the extension what the specific task is, like, is this for a blog post or just personal research? Step 3, you hit Generate, and the app builds an improved version right there in an editable window. And finally, Step 4, you review the quality scores and practical suggestions provided by the app and refine it before you use it. And this brings up why Step 2 of that process is so crucial. Common tasks GutenPrompt will offer include things like writing an email, doing research, creating an image, or solving a problem. Based on what you choose, GutenPrompt tailors its options. Why? Because the ingredients for a great AI prompt change entirely depending on the task. An image prompt needs details about lighting and aspect ratio, right? But a research prompt, that needs instructions on citing sources and keeping an objective tone. They are completely different recipes, and the app recognizes that instantly. But honestly, the real magic happens right in the editing window. GutenPrompt doesn't just hand you a better prompt and walk away. No, it actively compares your original rough draft and the newly improved version side by side. It gives you quality scores, it gives you practical, actionable suggestions like, hey, try adding a target audience or tone here to make this stronger. This is where the actual learning happens. By seeing that side-by-side comparison, you intuitively learn exactly why the new prompt is better. It's essentially a real-time tutor for AI communication.
Okay, Section 3, the building process.
Because as amazing as those features are, the story of how this app is being built is just as fascinating. The creator of GutenPrompt brings an astonishing 30 years of experience leading high-tech product development teams. I mean, in the tech world, 3 decades is basically 3 centuries of experience. They're bringing a massive wealth of real-world, hard-earned knowledge to this project. So this explainer isn't just about a cool app, it's a front-row seat to watch a seasoned veteran turn a totally raw idea into a working software product. Let's look at how this builds out across a real-world timeline. The creator is intentionally sharing this messy, non-glossy process with us. Phase 1, defining the problem. Phase 2, testing assumptions. Phase 3, finding mistakes. Phase 4, fixing and improving step by step. Just look at phase 3 for a second. They are actively promising to show us the mistakes. Usually tech companies only show you the highly polished version after everything works perfectly. But this is a rare chance to see how an AI-assisted product is actually questioned, tested, and corrected when an idea just doesn't work out as expected. It is truly authentic product development.
Which brings us beautifully to Section 4, Growing Together.
Now you might be thinking, well, I don't know anything about writing code. Is this really for me? Absolutely, yes. Who benefits here? Beginners to AI, folks curious about prompt writing, people interested in app development, and crucially, just anyone who needs a highly practical tool. The creator notes that some parts of the dev process might get a bit technical, and hey, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to understand every single technical detail to get value out of this. In fact, if you just want to follow along so you can get better AI answers, you are exactly who this app is being built for. So the creator actually has a direct question for you as they kick off this journey. How would you prefer to follow along with this project? Because this is being built in public, your input is literally required to shape the content you're going to consume. The creator wants to hear your thoughts before deciding exactly how much of this messy, exciting process to share.
Here are the potential update formats they're tossing around. Would you prefer short text updates posted directly in the community group? Maybe long-form blog-style articles on a dedicated site? Or perhaps short visual explainers exactly like the one you're watching right now? Or maybe a mix of the whole shebang? Think about these options because your honest opinions and suggestions will literally shape how the story of GutenPrompt gets told over the coming months.
And that leads us to the most important call to action for today's explainer. Please jump in and share your questions, your preferred formats, and your comments directly in the AI Basics and Beyond group. That's where all the action is happening. And a gentle but super important reminder, when you do post, please mention us and share the group in your own conversations. Building an app in public is all about community, and we really want the AI Basics and Beyond group to grow and thrive right alongside GutenPrompt. The more voices we get in there, the better this tool is going to be for everyone. All right, I want to leave you with one final thought to spark your imagination today. Once GutenPrompt officially launches and you install it in your browser, what will be the very first, rough, basic prompt you type in to transform into an absolute masterpiece? Will it be a complex work email, a wild idea for an AI image, or maybe some deep research for a personal project? Think about it, get excited, and jump into the AI Basics and Beyond group to share your thoughts. I seriously cannot wait to continue following this incredible building process with all of you.